Hi, guys. All right, so today I want to continue to talk about, I want to share something. So, I have done something after 6 years of swearing that I would never do. Never. I've done something. I have taken a medication prescribed by a doctor. Oh, that's heavy. Just even saying that makes me well up with tears. It feels heavy. I've been holding onto this fear so tight. Because since my life was ruined by a prescription drug, and since my whole body fell apart, and since I believe the devil is in prescription medication, why on earth would I take one? Well, this pneumonia has been holding on, and I have been doing everything that I know how to do. Literally, everything that has always worked in the past, everything and more. I mean, I have been pumping it up, you guys, the best I know how. I have really been hitting it with every antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal, you know, uh, antiviral. I have been doing all of it at high doses, and I was getting better. My lungs have cleared, my nose and sinuses have cleared, but I was afraid it had gotten deeper and back into the back of my brain. Now, maybe that is true, or maybe that's not true. And I have such sore ribs across here, right across my breast tissue and all the way underneath it and into my ribs, okay? So sore when I wake up, it just feels like it's broken. And so I'm like, well, maybe the virus is just like, or the bacteria has just taken hold. And I just am not going to win this one without realizing that antibiotics have saved millions of people, that bacterial infections this deep for this long, can cause life-threatening problems. I was already feeling like I was near death. And they do save lives. Now, of course, knowing everything I know, this isn't, by the way, an antibiotic isn't what ruined my life, okay? And I was very careful not to take one in the quinolone family, not to take any based in fluoride. So I took penicillin because as a child I had taken penicillin successfully many times in the past with strep throat before when I was little, I had my tonsils out, etc. So I knew that this medication did not have side effects specifically for me. And it didn't have it wasn't fluoride based, and it wasn't in the quinolone family. So I was sure that I was covering all my bases. But yeah, I was so afraid to take this because, it's like it was a black and white situation for me. Like, prescription medications destroyed my life, therefore I will never take one. I will always use the natural route. Whether it's cancer, whether it's autoimmune diseases, whether it's anything, I will take the natural route because I'm not going to get on medications I can't get off. But antibiotics are a little bit different because the course is short. It's 5 to 10 days of an antibiotic, and they're not addictive. You're not meant to be on them. So I felt a little safer, but still I feel right now like a hypocrite, and I also feel terrified, at what this is going to do. The reason I took it is I felt in my inner ears. Now, I don't know if it's just because this virus has had me for so long that it's actually brought back some of my symptoms, and the vertigo and the off balance and the brain fog and the not being able to think clearly at all, the fatigue so thick that I cannot, being bed bound, but also because I have the chest pain too. I thought, well, I think probably it's the infection and it's gone deeper and it's gone into my vestibular system, and it's time now, right? It's been over 6 weeks. I can't shake it. I can't get out of bed. Can barely walk to the bathroom without feeling like I'm going to collapse from fatigue. The room is just like I'm in a fun house. I mean, things have not been good. So, and I've been scared, scared that I'm going to die many times, feeling that way. So I took it. It's been a day and a half. I took it Thursday night, then Friday morning, Friday night, and now today's Saturday morning. So I've taken 4 doses, so that's um, not quite 48 hours yet. And I still feel the same things. I still haven't gotten any energy back. My chest hurts, my dizziness, my fatigue, my off balance, everything is still there. And I'm like now paranoid. A, not only is it not going to work, but B, I'm going to be stuck with these symptoms and I'm going to cause my gut to again get leaky, cause long-term problems from the antibiotics. Now I've gone ahead and I'm also taking probiotics. I'm taking triple the dose of probiotics. So it's morning and night that I take the antibiotics. So right in the middle of the day, I'm taking a triple dose of probiotics. I've also ordered Alexa probiotics. If you need a strong probiotic, you can look these up. They're only meant to be a week course, but I've ordered the 2-pack, and they should take maybe a week to get here. So I'm taking my regular probiotics right now. And then as soon as they get here, I'll do a double course of that, and it'll probably be near the end of the course of the antibiotic, and then it'll just continue so that I can bump up my good gut flora. Planning to be eating lots of sauerkraut and probiotic rich foods and really try to get the flora back up in my gut. But I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of my flora. I'm afraid that this antibiotic is going to be giving me side effects and long-term complications that are going to set me back into my original illness, just because my nervous system is already so depleted and weak, and now my immune system is. So I'm afraid. Anyways, I just wanted to post this because I want to be honest. I want to be honest with what I've done, what's going on. And truly, I want to talk about the mind-body for a minute. My fear around the antibiotic and my resistance to the antibiotic is because of what's happened in the past to me. And if you listen to my story, if you go back, I have videos on my whole story so you can see what drugs I took and how they exactly destroyed my life. That's there. I don't want to get into that right now. But my resistance is fear, and it's stored in my body. Literally, when I thought of taking the antibiotic, I broke down into tears. I was sobbing, shaking. And the fear, the post-traumatic stress of the event from 6 years ago and everything that it's cost me still lives in my body, right? I just had to think of an antibiotic and think of taking it, and I was reduced to a puddle of shaking, crying, hysterical fear. And this is what the mind can do. It's so powerful. It's so strong. And when we live with fear, when we hold on to fear, this is how it heightens our nervous system. It sends us into fight or flight, and it causes no healing, right? When we choose with love, and we choose to receive, and we choose in faith, and we choose because we've thought about it and we've made a decision, and we let go of the fear, then that reaction doesn't come, right? And so obviously I haven't forgiven myself in the past for originally taking the medication, and it's still stored in my body, that guilt, that shame, and that fear. And I was